Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Fat and Tactical. We are taking a step in another direction today. We are going to talk about bug out bags. So as a prepper of sorts, a little bit of a prepper, not too much of a prepper, but enough to get somewhere if I need to. And if something were to happen where I need to like bug out and get somewhere, then the location I'm at, what kind of stuff would you bring with you? Let me know in the comments below. Listen, I have my bag right here that we're going to go through and see what kind of stuff I have, and we can compare and contrast and have a conversation about it, and we'll go from there. So first up, I got my little front pocket here. And how big of a bag would you actually have for a bug out bag? Would you go, I believe this is a 24 or 26 liter maybe, I think. No, I don't know how big this bag is, but anyway, let me know in the comments down below what size bag you would use as a bug out bag. Would you use like a backpack bigger than this, something smaller? Let me know. First off, knife with a fire starter. Fire starter has a flint. I don't know how well you can. There we go. It has a flint, and then it has a magnesium rod on the back of it. So you scrape the magnesium off, take your flint, fire. Not the greatest knife, but it's a knife that I need to sharpen. And like I said, this is a breakdown of what I have in my bag. Let me know what you would have. Tourniquet. Very important to have a tourniquet no matter where you're at. Tourniquets are highly important. So we got tourniquet. Knife. What else do we got? Paracord. Paracord 550. Probably one of the most useful things you could have in a bug out bag. You can tie stuff with it. You can use it to carry stuff. You can climb with it. You can, well, for the most part, you could probably climb with it. Not too much though. Emergency blanket. We all know what that's for. You're outside, it's raining, you need to make shelter, string up some paracord, throw that emergency blanket over. You got a makeshift shelter until the rain stops and you can get something else. I keep ammo, a whole box of ammo, in my bug out bag. When stuff hits the fan, you never know what you're going to need and if you're going to need it. I was always told something. It's better to have it and not need it, and need it and not have it. Loader. Toolkit. Extra mag. And that's just in the front pockets. This bag is it's an SOG bag. I think I spent like 20 or 30 bucks on this bag just because I couldn't find a bag like my other one, which is like twice the size of this one. So my other bag, I call it my, even though I wasn't in the military, I call it my military bag because I used to travel with it and I could keep everything that I needed in that bag, from 2 weeks to change clothes to, because I was working on the road, I had my laptop in there and I was able to keep my Xbox in there. It has this place for a camel pack. It's just an all-around one of the best bags I've ever found. So, S-Beaner clip. Take this and hang it up somewhere so you don't have to be hunched over all the time. Just ease of use thing. Up here in the sunglasses pocket, I have compass, whistle, and thermometer with a magnifying glass. Now it's not real glass, so I don't know how well this would work to possibly start a fire. So, I mean, I've seen it done with water bottles, so why would this be any different? Moving on to the main portion. Oh yeah, and I have another carabiner clip on the side. Keep the firearm in there. That is my canic. I keep that in my bug out bag just in case. Not as a backup, so I have to get out the truck. I can grab that real quick. It's right there on top of my bag. Just open it up, pull it out, put it on my belt, close my bag back up, and I'm gone. I'm sure a lot of people say backpack guns, stuff like that. I don't have an issue with that, but in my opinion, it's one less thing I have to carry, even though it's better. You know what I mean? Would I love to have like a backpack gun, like a little 7-inch honey badger per se, just have a folding stock on it, right in, good to go. Only this big. Be great to have, but you gotta think too, budget. I don't have a lot of money. This is what I got. Trauma pack or a med pack. This is another important thing next to a tourniquet is a med pack. We got sting kits, band-aids. There's, what else we got in here? Bandage scissors, more paracord. Like I said, we got gauze and all this trauma kits stuff. Some of the things I need to get in here are like chest seals. We have another fire starter. We got tweezers, emergency blankets, chem lights. So this is kind of like, I got a flashlight in here. I got bandage scissors. This is kind of like a mini survival kit in itself. So just having medical supplies out in the wilderness in itself is highly recommended because you never know what you're going to run into. Rubber gloves, bandages, a little multi-tool that I didn't know was in here with a little saw on it. Didn't know that was in there. Got another knife in here that has a little clip on it, so you can clip it on your belt loop or on your bag. I really don't trust the quality of this. I might have to switch this out for something different. So there's that. There's safety pins in here. So just a bunch of stuff. And this bag all around probably weighs, I'd say, I don't know, maybe 15-20 pounds. So it's not that big of a deal to have to carry it around with you. But if you're trying to survive, something happens and you're out in the woods trying to get somewhere, let's say your car broke down or something happened to your car or whatever, you need to leave your vehicle, grab this and go, and disappear off into the woods until you can get to where you're going. Yeah, that adrenaline this weight ain't gonna be anything to anyone for that. Water filter. Very important. Water filter. Especially if you don't have water. I don't have water in my bag. Water's heavy. You got the Sawyer Mini. It has a little pouch that comes with it that you fill up. You fill it up. You put the filter on that bag and drink right out of it. So there's that. A campfire cup. When you're out in the woods and say you're X amount away and you can't quite get it home yet, you need something to cook with, especially if you have food. Campfire cup. Sanitize water with it. Boil it. Get something. I also have mountain meals in here. Chili mac and beef. And I have biscuits and gravy stuff. These are sealable after you put your water in there. That's how they cook. So you're overnight somewhere, get some water, prep this. It says 1.5 cups, and this I thought I had measuring on it. I guess not. If you can get a camp cup, get something that has increments on measurement. Now that I know that, I'll probably end up replacing this one with one that does. Food. If you have food like this, try not to use it right away. Try to, if you have something that has fishing line and you can find a creek, fish. This is for emergencies when you can't find food. I also have life tent. This is a little tent that you can use. Take a paracord, string up a tent. Use that emergency blanket to lay on so you're not laying on the ground. Keep the moisture and water off of you. I also have a shirt and a pair of socks in here just to have something different. And I also have an emergency sleeping bag. So, tent over top, emergency blanket on the ground, emergency sleeping bag. You know, I've never even opened any of this stuff up, so all the plastic that's on here, great fire starter. Yeah, so orange sleeping bag, emergency sleeping bag. What it's made out of, I am not entirely sure. But now that I opened it, it's not going to go back in the bag that it came out of. Because, why not, right? Right. So, this is, like I said, this is just some of the stuff that I have. Like I said, I got socks in here. I got a shirt in here. I'm not really worried about the pants and that kind of stuff. Pants will dry out as I'm walking or whatever. Keeping my stuff organized is also another very good thing to do. So you know where everything is. You need to pull it out. You don't have to sit there and dump everything out and then, oh hey, now I gotta pick all this stuff back up. Oh no. Fire starter. Indoor, outdoor fire starter. At home or on the go. Wood fire starters. And I also have stormproof matches. Windproof and waterproof. So if they get wet, they keep going. They burn up to 15 seconds. And that's what they look like. Just have the fire starter there, and have at it. And they also give you more striker strips. I I would almost say these were a strike anywhere match, but I don't think so. So fire starter matches. Great for, like I said, if it's raining, you get a fire started. Fire is probably one of the most morale boosting things you can have if in a survival situation is fire. The other thing is that I have to take care of in this bag is I have a water bottle that I need to get put in here that I can put stuff in to keep stuff dry. Keeping stuff dry is very important, especially all your fire starting stuff. You want to keep that dry. If you can, keep any type of electronics that you have dry. If you have a flashlight with a battery in it, put something in between those battery posts so that battery doesn't just drain and die. Because good luck finding a battery in the woods if you're out there for that long. Plans. Have a plan ready. You don't know what's going to happen. Just ever. Anything can happen at any given time. We know this. We see it all across the world. Have a plan in place and be ready. And this is solo. Like you're something happens, you're at work. EMP hits. Your car's not going to start, depending on what you drive, obviously. So there's that argument, depending on what you drive. 90% of cars today are not going to start if an EMP hits anywhere. It's going to fry your computer. Also with that, make sure you have fuel. If you're at home, have fuel ready. Have a vehicle ready. Have stuff ready. Be prepared. It doesn't matter. Practice, practice, practice. If you're going to bug in my opinion, bugging out when you're by yourself is easy. I live in a small town, community. Bug in. The more of you, the better in a group. All right? Remember that. As far as the stuff in here, like I said, this is good for a solo. Something happened at work, in the store, what have you. Sorry. Make sure you're ready. Whether that be, you're definitely going to need something 4x4 if you need to get somewhere. I drive a 4Runner. V8 4Runner. Not the greatest on gas, but gets you through anything, I'll tell you that. Guarantee. We've all seen this stuff. Get you a Jeep. Get you an old Bourbon. Get you an old Bourbon that doesn't have a computer in it, one that's all mechanical. That'll survive an EMP. Just have something ready. The stuff that's in here, this bag is not complete. It will never be complete. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what I'm missing. Maybe something I have in here is something you're missing. Just make sure you have essential items. Knife. Something that you can cook something in. Or boil water at least. So you have water to drink. Water first. Fire. Shelter. We will catch you on the next one.